All right, so my name is Jesse and this is my shop that I've named the Mishap Garage. This is not the first video I've recorded, but I've never actually gone through and walked through the shop and showed you guys what I was working with. Basically, I moved here a few years ago and I had this barn here. And the barn hadn't been used for really anything before I got it. It was just stacked, it didn't have a ceiling, didn't have anything in it. It was just an old milk barn. They run cows through once in a while when they're sick, otherwise it didn't get used, it didn't get upkept, it needed a lot. I needed a shop, I didn't feel like tearing it down because I like the look of an old barn. So instead of tearing the barn down, I made it work for my shop. First thing we did was we cut a big old hole, and it's dark out, but yeah, this is basically just the front of a barn. Cut a big hole, put a 12 by 12 insulated garage door in, and we put a 9 by 7 garage door over there behind all the super awesome weeds that I grow, apparently. And then it had concrete to right there. The rest of it was dirt and cow poop. That's basically all it was. And then I tinned all this. There was no tin in here. There was no ceiling in here. There was 5 light bulbs in the entire barn. And there's this room, there's a room over there, there's a room over there, there's a room on the other side of that wall too. From a lot of construction jobs I've done, I've got all this used tin. And like that's off of a roof from a job about 10 miles away. This side you can see the different color, that's off of a garage about 30 miles away we did. It's just pieced together for what I had. It's all insulated because I didn't finish everything. Because I never finish anything. It's insulated behind there, and there's insulation and pieces of tin missing next to the garage door over there. All the ceiling and above, there's a room on there that's only 8 foot tall. It's all blown in up above there. The tin on the roof you see, or the ceiling, sorry, is all blends. Like if you look at this blue sheet right here, you can see you got scratch on the line, you see some yellow or something coming through. A lot of these have corners bent or they had a dent in them when they come off the line. I got them for $5 a sheet, and I guarantee I'm the only person around with purple racing stripes on their ceiling. But it's what I had to work with, so that's what we got. And then I went ahead and I wired everything, put an actual breaker panel in. We still have a lot of room to grow because, like I said, those did not work. And then I put doors in because it didn't have doors. I started decorating a little bit. I put a hoist in that I actually bought new. I don't know why, but I did. But we can walk around a little bit. We can show you what we're working with. I didn't buy this all at once. It took probably 10, 15 years to gather up everything I have here. Got an air compressor, torch, plasma cutter, welder, battery charger, fridge. Lots of toolboxes full of tools, nuts and bolts, and this is basically our main shop area out here. And then I made a little tool room. This is basically what was here. This is some of the original wood right here. And this is what went all the way down along this wall so you can kind of get an idea. And then in here is the tool room. It's just toolboxes full of tools, and everybody comes and uses my shop because I have what people call a decent shopping area. And when they come and use my tools, since there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus cabinets full of stuff, everybody always asks me, where's this at? Where's this wrench? Where's that socket? So I started labeling all my drawers and I said, go find it yourself. So everything's kind of labeled what they need to be. A lot of them are crap. And there's standard wrenches and metric wrenches. And if you need more, there's more standard metric wrenches. And there's more wrenches. And there's even more wrenches. So, needless to say, oh, hi puppy. Yes, you popped it. You popped it. Go get it. And then over here we have a lot of our cleaning supplies. Like there's all detailed stuff, brake clean WD-40. The Ugga Dugga is in there. Ugga Dugga. And pretty much every nut and bolt you will ever need is right there. Right next to the puppy dog. And a fishing pole too. And then, in case that wasn't enough nuts and bolts, there's more nuts and bolts, 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 nuts and bolts. All them down there full of nuts and bolts. So I think we have enough of those. I started decorating. I hung license plates around every doorway that I could find, just because I have hundreds of these things laying around. I went up and you see the hood. I started doing hoods. And that's a Volkswagen hood that I painted up, just put the big VW emblem on. I got a Ford hood, Chevy hood, the Pontiac hood scoop you can see there. The Ford grill I need to figure out how to light up. Model A grill. It just, decorations that was laying around. I figured it'd be cool to hang on the wall. Then you come in here, and this is going to be the paint booth. I haven't been using the paint booth because it's been storage. And it's full of crap now. But I started working on, I got an OBS Ford project that I'm working on. I hope we don't. That's a 69 F100 regular cab short box that we've done a Crown Vic swap on that, of course, I didn't record because I'm not that smart. But that'll be a project here coming up pretty soon. It's actually my brother's truck, who is actually recording all. Come on. You can get out. Come on. There you go. It's actually my brother's truck. We did the Lincoln Town Car rear end, I believe. I think. And then, yeah, Crown Vic front swap. But we'll be working on that. We'll record that from this on. But that's his truck. He's working on his house right now, trying to get everything buttoned up. But then, yeah, this is basically going to be paint booth. It was at once. You can see all the paint on the floor, and then it just started getting filled with stuff. Upstairs first, there's a parts loft. And you got a duct coming through because it's made for short people. And this is my bowling alley. So you got your bowling balls. And if you look down there, you got your bowling pin set up. But this is basically part storage and overflow of past, present, and future projects. Or just stuff that I've collected that I think would be cool. There's probably another 50 or so license plates there. There's a suspension swap for a future project for a Mustang. Old square body Chevy fenders. Dent side rear sport bumper. I mean, it's just, I like Fords, but I don't discriminate. Like, there's vehicle saver airbags and stuff because everybody's going to need them. Center caps, wheel caps, Ford Raptor parts, OBS parts, new old stock parts from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Parts for my 49 that you probably caught a few glimpses of. You have to go back and watch. That'll be in a future episode because this is the first video I'm going to be putting out, but that'll be in a future episode, so you have to like, comment, and subscribe so you can see it. A lot of Ford stuff, but then there's big block, small block, there's Fiat, there's REO stuff. I mean, then the collection of all the emblems and badges and just a lot of stuff. And then you get into some stuff I kept around for rat rods and stuff like that. I don't know what I'm going to use a PT Cruiser grill for, but I thought it'd be cool for something. Got plenty of tacks. Some headers that I don't even know what they fit, but I think they'll be used for something. More Mustang parts. Oh yeah, zoom in on that camera guy. Yeah. The cheapest don't go down that aisle at Walmart or O'Reilly's or AutoZone or wherever that don't go down it. You end up with that stuff. Mirrors, and there's a lot of, you'll see a lot of dent side stuff. I'm kind of like my dent sides. I like the dent sides, and my brother, the camera guy, likes bump sides. But there's the creme de la creme. There's a new old stock Ford tailgate. Never been painted. I don't even think it's been on the truck. I think they took it off new. It's dusty from sitting up here, but it's just, there's a lot of stuff. And this, like I said, it's not organized. It's just thrown up here, and I started organizing the one side, and then this side is just kind of been whatever's I can fit without still walking down it. But that's my bowling alley slash parts loft. And then we'll go over to the old dairy. All right. I'm not sponsored by Snap-on, but if they want to sponsor me, hey, more power to them. All right, so this was the old dairy. Again, this is just more parts area, and you just gotta be careful. I just poured some concrete here, so you want to avoid that. But you see where the old stanchions were. We went and took them out, and I actually can't take these boards out because from decades of hay and straw sitting on them, I actually cut one down there and it actually started to fall. So we left them here, but I had to figure out something to do with it. So we made a little, I don't know, shelf for rims, for tires, for, again, projects. We got lots of projects. And then, again, it just turned into more old metal. I like the old stuff. There's old hood off of, I don't even know what anymore. And this bad boy is called a Mart Cart. Again, it's going to be a future project. I washed it up one day because it was covered in dirt. Never got to it. But that'll be on a future episode too, I'm sure. But this was the old dairy. And the old compressor sat on the wall. You can see where they painted around it, and it sat up there. And then the lines ran down along here. And then the cows come in and got milked right here. And we started insulating it just more as a wind block than anything. And then after you milk your cows through the compressor, it come through over to here and come to your old milk bottles that sat down here. And then you got this guy on a hoist. It'd pick your milk jugs up, and you turn them on and set them in your freezer, which is now just full of crap on top. But this freezer is so old, everything's exposed inside. And the compressor actually sits on top of the deep freeze itself. I left it here just more as a centerpiece as anything. Here's our old wiring. It's not hooked up anymore, but that ran this entire barn. There's probably a spider in there. If I can get it open. No, it's not open. There's 2 glass fuses in there. Don't step on the fresh concrete. There's actually a lean-to on the barn that just turned into, again, more storage. Lawnmower, cars, more cars. There's an REO back there, and that is only going to be on a future episode too. It's already been filmed, but again, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I think that's what they always say, or something like that, and you'll be able to see that one come up and what we do to that. And yes, this car has actually already been in the making too, so you'll be able to see this come up. I don't know when. I got, I don't know, tens of hours worth of footage recorded, but I just don't know how to edit very well. I think we hit it all. Yeah, camera guy says yeah. Again, it's just more parts. There's a 1-year-old only Chevy front bumper if you need one. I got one. That's a 27 Dodge hood. That's Ford Falcon bench seat. I mean, it's just, there's no rhyme or reason to why I have the things I have or do the things I do. I just end up with it, I guess. I don't know. But like I said before, this is going to be the first episode I put out just to kind of tell you who I am, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I mean, I'm already doing the stuff anyway, so if somebody can get their jollies off, watch me work on this old dusty pile, more power to you. If you want to watch it, I'll let you. So we'll end the video there, because I think we've probably been rambling on long enough and walking around long enough that I need something to drink now. So we'll end her there.